You and all of your abuse sympathizer friends, you are all fucking horrible.
He's an abuser. He has done shit things. It is a crime.
I watched my career that I had spent 4 odd years working towards basically go down the drain in about 30 minutes.
What is every YouTuber's worst nightmare? With the rise of cancel culture, more and more content creators are getting exposed for their actions, and thousands of victims have gained justice and the needed support for their situations. But what happens when a content creator gets accused of something that they never did? What if the allegations aren't even true? To understand this scenario, we need to take a look at one of the internet's most infamous controversies involving Slazo, a regular YouTuber who posted commentary content about a variety of topics. He had a sizable audience and gained hundreds of thousands of views regularly, but on January 10th, 2019, his entire life changed forever. A Twitter artist named Che, who also happened to be Slazo's ex, posted a tweet that linked to a twitlonger documenting her alleged abuse at the hands of Slazo when they were in a relationship together. This was, according to her first relationship, and it happened when she was 14 and he was 16. She said that Slazo did not respect her boundaries in their relationship. She also claimed that during the relationship, Slazo didn't respect her wishes to avoid intercourse until she was 16. Che's page-long twitlonger also highlighted many alleged times where Slazo's displayed terrible morals and actions, and if everything she said was true, Slazo's true self would be much darker than what he previously displayed online. She closed off her twitlonger by stating that she didn't want this to happen to anyone else, and provided some screenshots of her chats with Slazo. However, what happened next was a tragedy. Immediately following Che's post, Slazo began receiving hate from all directions. Twitter was going absolutely crazy, and people began coming in from all directions, accusing Slazo of being a horrible person while spreading hate about his channel. Even though Slazo hadn't responded at all, people were already jumping to conclusions and calling him terrible things. Commentary channels began flooding YouTube with drama about Slazo, and even content creators that he once considered friends were spreading negative comments. Keemstar, another content creator, eventually reached out to Slazo. Slazo's response essentially said that he was working on properly addressing the allegations, which he said had parts that were not true at all. He also claimed that they had met up again, and that Che even offered to get back together. But this first response video only created more questions, and soon, Che posted another response, this time against Slazo's statement to Keemstar, in which she claimed that everything was taken out of context, and that Slazo was actually the one who had offered to get back together. She also claimed that in her meetup with Slazo, he had made her feel uncomfortable and intimidated her. But after months of silence, on June 27th, Slazo finally came out with his side of the story.
I didn't want to rush it, basically. I didn't want a terrible, crying, early apology, that becomes so infamous. And on top of that, a lot of the things being said are just blatantly untrue, and when I first saw them, I wasn't sure how to respond.
Apparently, Che's previous statement about wanting to wait until 16 was completely unsubstantiated, and in the video, Slazo provided screenshots that refuted her side of the story. Even more, Che had claimed that Slazo had touched her inappropriately on her first date, but according to Slazo's screenshots and testimony, she had been the one that both initiated the contact and brought it up. Slazo also noted how Che's recording of their conversations purposefully left out parts where he apologized.
Anyway, around here, she crops out around 11 minutes of conversation between us, where I apologize and try to get her side and understand how she feels. I wasn't very good at it, but I tried. In the video where she's scrolling through her messages here to prove that they're real, she also goes nearly up to where I apologize and try to understand her point of view, but then quickly scrolls down. I feel like this is worth mentioning because she says that these were the kind of conversations we would have, despite cutting out all the good bits and only including the absolute dodgiest things I say.
In Slazo's video, he highlighted more and more discrepancies in Che's story and declared that some parts of her story were outright lies. His 26-minute response video put Che's entire story into question, and unless everything was somehow faked, things were not looking great for Che. Soon, it became pretty obvious that Che's entire story was completely blown out of proportion, and that she had purposefully tried to put Slazo in a bad light. Since then, Che has disappeared off the face of the internet, and it seems unlikely that we will ever see a response from her. However, the consequences of these accusations will forever leave a mark on Slazo's career. Throughout the entire controversy, Slazo saw a massive increase in hate. He mentioned how he essentially had a mental breakdown, and his channel took a massive hit.
It was in this period where I had to come to terms with the fact that maybe I would never be able to make a Slazo video again.
But this is just one example of when false allegations completely ruined a creator's career. Many other scenarios like this one have happened, one of the worst of which was directed at GeorgeNotFound, a popular Minecraft YouTuber with over 10 million subscribers. Just a couple of months ago, he was hit with some serious accusations. On March 9th, 2024, KatieBugs, a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer, came out with disturbing details about her experience with an older, more influential content creator at a party following VidCon, where the creator supposedly made inappropriate advances towards her. Katie claimed that the content creator was 8 years older than her and also knew her age at the time. She was, in her own words, freshly 18.
I was freshly 18 and had just graduated high school a few weeks prior.
Katie's friend wanted to meet a content creator that she was romantically involved with, so Katie, her friend, and another friend of hers went to a room with that content creator.
One night, we were at a house party when we decided to leave. It was me, my best friend, and her other friend. This other friend was romantically talking to a really big creator at the time. He was also the best friend of my soon-to-be assaulter.
According to Katie, her alleged assaulter was also present in the room, and after some more talking, it happened. The alleged assaulter touched her multiple times under her shirt and made her extremely uncomfortable. However, some people noticed interestingly phrased details in her story. Librix, a commentary YouTuber, called out one of these details in his video after this situation.
But even before George's response, there were many things off about this initial stream. First, that Katie was apparently freshly 18 and on the market when George preyed on her.
I was freshly 18 and had just graduated high school a few weeks prior.
I don't know what metric she used here to determine the freshness date on her fucking body, but she turned 18 on her birthday, January 2nd, and last year's VidCon was June 21st. That's your 6 month in.
But after Katie's stream, the Twitter community immediately began getting to work. It didn't take long before they deduced that the content creator was GeorgeNotFound through the information that she provided. And soon, George posted a statement where he said that he was going to address all of the allegations. But the thing is, George was already receiving an insane amount of hate. I mean, he hadn't even given his side of the story yet, but people were already convinced that everything Katie said was true. Katie responded to George's tweet saying, "Pull whatever you can find. I also have screen recorded everything. Share it on my behalf if you'd like, because we both know what happened. That's why you're scared, because me and every content creator know the truth." This tweet received more support, but soon, George posted a response video that was about to derail Katie's entire story. George first began by noting something in Katie's story.
So something I actually want to point out before I continue with the rest of the story is the way that she phrases some things in her story. Instead of saying that her and the rest of her friends actually wanted to come to the hotel to hang out with us, she said that one friend was invited by Dream, but she didn't want to go alone. So then they decided to go along with her because they were willing to go anywhere. You can see in these screenshots from the text at the time that they were all trying to come to the hotel, and it wasn't just, oh, we're willing to follow her, essentially.
He also provided screenshots of chats showing that it wasn't just Katie's friend who wanted to come, but others had as well. According to George, Katie had also forgotten to mention the 6th, 7th, or 8th person in the room. Even more, Katie's allegations about the encouraged drinking seemed to be completely unfounded.
Another thing that she talks about is how we insisted that she drinks more, and that we insisted on playing drinking games, when this isn't the case. Again, they had already been drinking at this party before they arrived to the hotel room, and they had also been the ones that were asking to play the drinking games.
George's response video went on to cover many more inconsistencies in Katie's story. Following these allegations, George and Katie had back and forth responses, but after some time, people just stopped believing her because she kept changing up so many parts of her story. Ultimately, Katie posted a one-page document where she acknowledged that she mixed up details and apologized about the way that she painted her story. Katie has not appeared on the internet since. And while the effects of these accusations don't seem apparent, we need to understand that the reputations of the creators who have received these allegations have all been irreversibly tarnished, and that people have had entire careers ruined. Like KatieBugs and Che, accusers are able to leave situations and just disappear whenever they want, but for the content creators who depend on the revenue from their channels, accusations like these are truly devastating. And as more and more of these false allegations come out, it isn't even a question of if or when the next one hits. We can only wonder who's next.